This NBA Finals Game 5 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBET. Bet $50 at WynnBET and get $200 in free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBET. Download the WynnBET app now or visit wynnbet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold hard cash with our over/under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP, and make sure to download the SGPN app for all of our free picks and podcasts.
This is Nate Collins. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan. Real money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. Game 5. It's not, and it can't be the last game. So I'm obviously disappointed.
Yes,
let's just start the show.
You did not hit your Game 5, but the Game 6 that I gave out. For the
I'm
series,
happy about that.
You're happy, and
no iron team here at the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Terrell hit his briefcase bet.
Ooh.
Ryan, you hit your alt Warriors -9. What was that?
420, baby. What do you mean? What was that?
There was a ton of cash, and I laid out the after it was 1-1. I said Boston would win Game 3, Warriors would win Game 4, 5, and 6. Gave that out at 12-1. Knock on wood, that is happening. So much big news. I'm also joining the Navy, Ryan. I'm enlisted in the Navy.
Really?
Completely unrelated to watching Top Gun Maverick.
Okay, I was waiting for the joke. No, you're a stand-up comedian and all. You know,
oh, dude, you got. I know you don't leave the house, Ryan, but Top Gun Maverick, highly recommend.
Well, if you
a lot of fun.
Spare me 30 seconds. I thought I was going to have a moment out in the middle of the desert for this youth soccer tournament. God awful. It's not. It's way less fun when you're not coaching. For those out there, being a fan's not as fun as coaching. You don't get to yell at the ref. So we're going to do a movie in between. I'm like, perfect. The little one's going to love Top Gun action and nope. Guess what movie she chooses? Doctor Strange.
Really?
Horrible. Fell asleep for two separate 15-minute chunks. So yeah. And sorry, I'm not enlisting with you.
And more news: Ryan Kramer has trimmed his beard, so I don't know if this slides him up or down the company-wide beard power rankings. We'll have to get to that. But
we have a business engagement. I didn't want to scare people off like I was scaring off the middle school administrators. Don't take that the wrong way.
A lot going on. And what about the National Basketball Association? What about building your own bet over at WynnBET? And tomorrow, basketball and blackjack live during NBA Game 5 Finals. We will be streaming live us trying to take down the WynnBET Casino. Live blackjack stream, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 o'clock East. So again, perfect. Fire up the old cell phone, get your laptop going. Perfect second screen experience. I'm sure we'll be commenting on the game live as well. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure if you're in a WynnBET Casino state bet with us, they have a 100% deposit bonus up to $100. And of course, make sure you get in the Ultimate Fantasy Football Experience contest as well, or the contest to party with DJ Diesel, aka our coworker Shaq. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at WynnBET.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state. Or play through WynnBET is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Joining us to talk hoops for Game 5, he is one of the hosts of the NBA Gambling Podcast, one of the many shows he hosts on SGPN. You know him as Munaf The Machine Manji. What's up, Munaf?
What's going on, gentlemen? Sunday night talking some hoops. Definitely excited, man. How are y'all doing?
Doing great, and
I've already y'all. I like that.
I already see Munaf
Texas, y'all.
getting his. I can tell Munaf is sweating out something because he's got his ping pong eyes going, looking down at the screen, looking up at us, looking down at the screen, looking over to another third window. Doing some live data compiling in a fourth window. I could tell when Munaf has some Sunday night baseball action. He's also sweating out, and the man who you saw on this very show kiss a briefcase that turned out to be filled with cold hard cash because he was also on the Warriors money line at +140. Mr. Terrell Furman, what's up, Terrell?
No more briefcase, but it's nothing but stacks. It's nothing but stacks.
Turned it in for a nice pile of cash. And shout out to the haters, which there have been many doubting are just fading Boston at all costs. YouTube,
we're still good. We're still good.
Shout out to the YouTube commentator, quote, Boston wins game 4. Golden State, no answer for Boston Wings.
Wow. And
JT still hasn't had a good game. Boston has 5 scorers on the floor. These dudes are delusional. Yeah, delusional, full of cash, buddy. And JT still hasn't had a good game. We're going into game 5. So even if you like the Celtics, we have been fading him as the MVP choice.
Has he earned JT level?
Oh, I mean, you're right up there with Justin Timberlake, who Ryan I know is a big fan.
Nowhere, he's not come close to the heights that Justin Timberlake has reached. nor has he come to the heights of even Justin Thomas.
Yeah, Justin Thomas, I feel like is a debate, right?
What about JTT? Has he gotten that high? Because I feel like we haven't really.
What about Jayson Terry?
Okay,
That's the Jet.
JT the Jet. All right, recap game 5. Recap game 4. Hit on game 5 player props we like, regular bets we like, the future prices, all that good stuff. Game 4, Golden State. It was probably the best game I think in the series. Was actually back and forth there for a while. Golden State got to the adjusted -9 there late, but for the most part it was.
Why the dig? Got to it late.
No, as someone who watched the entire game, they were
about
up
a
like
horse out in front walking the dog.
No,
that was my outline, baby. That dog was walked.
All right, there was no sweat on the -9. They win by 10 points, 107-97. Draymond Green again, nothing points wise, but got it done, rebounds and assists. Wiggins, who again is my dark horse MVP ticket alive? No, it's not. But still, 17 points, 16 rebounds, career high for rebounds. Obviously, historic game there for Steph Curry. Tatum 8 for 23, and then I know the YouTube commenter said they have plenty of scorers, but Al Horford, Robert Williams both held under to 10 points in the game. And the Warriors actually won the rebound battle. I mean, by 13 in game 4. I think we were kind of hitting on
Dominated.
that. That's why we like the Kevon Looney over rebounds that cashed in like the first half. But Munaf, any big takeaways from game 4?
No, I think you covered it with the rebounding battle there that the Golden State Warriors won. It was interesting to see that Steve Kerr decided to start Otto Porter instead of Kevon Looney in that game, but it worked out for them. Steph Curry, a 43-point game for the Golden State Warriors. They won the rebounding battle. They evened up the series, and we're on to game 5 in the Bay Area.
Yeah, no, it's turning it. I mean, that game far and away was at least like I think the best,
the most competitive.
Yeah, and it actually felt like, oh man, maybe I don't know, maybe this is going to come down to the wire. But again, not to upset Ryan, they did close it out late. Terrell, any big takeaways there for game 4?
Yes, that the Boston Celtics are screwed. I mean, I don't know. Me watching the game, I was actually getting frustrated because it seemed like every shot that Boston put up went in. Like it seemed like they were really, really good from the field, and they had a really good game from the field. It's just Golden State pushes, and so they eventually can't push no more, and it went their way in game 4, and now it's a new series. It's 2 out of 3. They found a way to combat the rebounding battle, and they didn't even do anything different. Because they didn't start Kevon Looney. He still played more minutes than when he was starting. They didn't do anything different except had more of an intention to actually box people out. So if they don't have to make huge adjustments to win the rebounding edge against you, then I don't know, you're screwed.
Well, and Munaf, coming back to you, like, why do you think Tatum hasn't really got going at all in the series? I know game 2 he went over, or he had 27 points, but that he just hasn't had any sort of games that where you're like, wow, this was a certainly not in the 2 games they've won. And game 2 he put up good points, but he didn't even. I still wouldn't consider that like a good Jayson Tatum game. Why do you think he's been off? I can't really put my finger on whether his just shooting is bad or if it's the defense. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it'd be a combination of 2 things. Number one, I think we got to give the flowers to the Golden State Warriors defense on what they've been able to do, making it difficult for Jayson Tatum. Like, he's still getting up the volume, right? He's still putting up 20 and a half shots per game, but he just hasn't been very efficient. And give credit to Golden State Warriors defense. I mean, they've made his life difficult, but it could also be that his shoulder might be bothering him as well. I mean, we've seen it multiple times throughout the series where he's kind of holding it and grabbing it. And it could have, obviously it affects your shot when it is his shooting arm and shoulder areas. So it could be a combination of things there. I think those are probably the 2 things that have kind of stood out to me for Jayson Tatum so far in this 4 games. And if it's for that person that left a comment, if he hasn't played well in 4 games, I mean, what do you expect him to do for the rest of the 3 games? This is just a Jayson Tatum.
Wait, game 5. Oh, it's game 5. I'm gonna actually come out there and start playing. No, obviously there's an issue here.
Yeah. So, again, it could be the injury and again, the defense as well. So I think those are the 2 things, Sean, to answer your question.
Not to tie a beautiful bow on it, but if you're not the top JT, what are you?
Well, and again, he keeps invoking Kobe. He's posting screenshots of him like sending to Kobe's cell phone number, like, I'm going to do this for you. Again, Kobe doesn't like the Celtics.
Wait,
and then
he's texting dead Kobe.
You didn't know that news story?
Let's not just brush over this. Like, everyone hasn't been at like hours and hours.
I thought it was big news, but he's been.
How I live my life.
He's been sending texts to Kobe's cell phone. Again, if I had access to the cell phone, I'd write back and be like, 23 points on 23 shots, not going to get it done, dog.
Well, first of all, they definitely didn't retire the cell phone number, right? Like,
yeah,
it's an iPhone and it was a green bubble, so his phone is definitely off.
that is some serious sleuth work there. I mean, I guess, look, back to what we said originally, right? That there's that Laker. You really think the ghost of a Laker is going to help a Celtic?
Come on, what are we talking here?
I feel like this was the plot of Doctor Strange. Was watched over the weekend. Well, what a W! If you don't believe,
we're not going to go.
Real quick, Terrell, if you don't believe that the NBA is at least a tiny bit scripted for our pleasure, come on. I mean, I can hear my uncle 20 years ago. This shit's all scripted. But come on.
What were you saying, Terrell?
No, Ryan is. How did you fall asleep during Doctor Strange? Doctor Strange was good. Like, come on.
I'm pretty
a great movie.
Listen, and the older folks in our audience will know this, but when you're older and you get into the horizontal position during the day in a nice, cool, air-conditioned room, I could give 2 shits about what that Marvel superhero is about to do.
Yeah. Anytime Ryan can sneak a nap in midday, he's grabbing at that opportunity. All right, let's talk NBA player props.
Okay.
For game 5. Did you have any other big takeaways?
No, I'm excited. I said okay, like I was about to bitch about the loss. I felt like
we've been comically close on these sleeper, and Ryan gave out a 5-teamer that was like live for the whole time, with the exception of I forget if it was like Jaylen Brown over 2.5 turnovers.
Even that got sneaky at the end.
Yeah, because he got like 2 turnovers in like the last couple minutes.
But I feel like we've become those people that they make fun of on the internet for being the content whores selling these bad picks to make the casinos win money. No, I had to reload. All right,
and you can tell.
You know what makes me pissed off is reload.
You can
especially with a sponsor. I hate reload with a sponsor. Like, you're not being responsible if you got to reload with the sponsor.
And you can tell we're playing these picks because you can hop in the sleeper group chat and see what we're chasing after.
Just blood on the floor.
Sleeper.com/SGP 100% deposit bonus up to $100. Again, if you guys got like a winning NBA player prop for game 5, feel free to @me Sean T Green. I'll happily Trail, you guys, and let's get some winners in here. I've had a couple wins, but I've also been chasing a little bit on. It's so easy to get.
There's no foul in chasing. Like some nights, it's like, you know what? Fuck it. There's only one night tonight, only one game. Might as well copy everyone in the squad.
And what I realize is we also have to play these straight up, because so many times we've been going like 4 out of 5, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4.
Should we uncheck all in? Because I'd be cashing.
That could be a strategy that would help our sleeper performance. All right, Munaf, you kick it off. What are your 3 favorite player props for NBA Finals Game 5?
All right, kick it off with Jayson Tatum over 3.5 turnovers. Game 4, he did have 6. Going back to game 2, he had 4. I think that, again, we talked about what's been the issue with Jayson Tatum. Excuse me. I think the defense is doing a great job on him, and we know this Boston team turns the ball over. So, give me Jayson Tatum over 3.5 turnovers. Stick with the Boston side, Robert Williams over 7.5 rebounds. I think that's probably an auto play at this point, especially with that number at 7.5. He's just been doing an absolutely incredible job protecting the rim for the Boston Celtics and also getting rebounds. And my last one, Klay Thompson, Game 5, getting back at home. Give me over 3.5 3-point shots made for Klay Thompson. It's that time for Klay. Games 5, Game 6, Klay's going to show up.
Yeah, he had. What did he close with in Game 4? I don't have it in front of me. It felt like he was.
I think it was 20.
Yeah, it was like kind of up.
It was
and down
enough.
There. Yeah, I think he did hit his over on that.
18, and he was 4 of 10 from the 3-point line.
Yeah, so that's not
10
bad.
attempts. You're making that bet every day,
right? Yeah.
Terrell, what do you got? Player props for Game 5 NBA Finals.
All right, let's go back to the well. He's pressure situations. He's gonna turn the ball over. I promise you, Jaylen Brown over 2.5 turnovers. We've gotten close on it a couple times, but now we're on the road. We're on the road. Let's go ahead and play it again. He's gonna cash it. He'll probably have 4 this game. After that, we'll do Kevon Looney. Same reasoning as Munaf, 7.5 rebounds.
Yes, sir.
Battle on the boards.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I love that. And then I got to go with at the end. Look, the quality of women is a lot better in San Francisco than it is Boston. So Jordan Poole is going to have an amazing day. He's going to look her in her eyes. He's going to drain a 3. He's going to walk over there and get her number. Over 12.5 points for Jordan Poole.
I saw some
GoFundMe
joke where they were like, get these hotties at the game for Game 5, and it was like a crowdfunding to get them courtside tickets for Jordan Poole. Although they call them baddies, but I can't say that with a straight face. All right, it's just not in my lexicon. Baddies, I can call them hotties.
Baddies. You got the baddies.
All right. Sleeper picks. Draymond Green under 7.5 points. Like, we are experiencing a Ben Simmons like offensive playoff performance from Draymond. Like, he doesn't want any. It reminds me in a rec league where it's like, oh, I got the ball. Shit, who do I got to give this to? Certainly not me.
Sean has personal experience here. He understands.
I know a guy
adding Draymond Green under to it.
I know a guy who doesn't want to shoot, and that is Draymond Green right now. Speaking of that, though, too, give me Jayson Tatum under 26.5 points. He's only gone over this once in the series. That was by 1.5 in Game 2 there in the loss. Maybe he gets there, but again, like, something is just off with his. He's not been efficient at all, and I think at some point
he's texting a dead guy. Like, there is something off.
I think at some point the Celtics have to. I mean, again, I get it. He got you there, but like, give Jaylen Brown the ball a little bit more. Like, have him be the dog. For me, he is their best scorer and best offensive weapon, especially early in the game. So under Tatum, 26.5 points, and then Kevon Looney over 7.5 rebounds. I don't know what it is. Like, we got that so easy last game. I imagine a similar game flow here as well. Rebounding is an effort stat, and I think they're going to bring the effort at home. Game 5 on Monday. Kramer.
All right. I liked a lot of what everyone just said. Great job, guys. Good team effort. Here's what I've come up with. because again, I reloaded, so I'm chasing the fuck out of this money. Love the Klay Thompson angle. Let's go over the 3.5 3-pointers. I also love your angle with Draymond. I'm going to go under 7.5 points. Love the 7.5 over for Looney's rebounds. That seems automatic. We watched the first half.
Yeah,
he hit it before the whistle blew. Jaylen Brown. I love this correlated angle because you kind of you brought it up before I was able to kind of drop it on the world. It was the only nugget I had for this game, so thanks for that. But Jaylen Brown sees the ball more because Jayson Tatum has been ineffective. Under 26.5 points for Jayson Tatum. Over, going back to the over, Jaylen Brown. Listen, it's been black twice in a row. I'm going on red. Max bet. Under or over 2.5 turnovers. That's a 5-legger. That's going to pay you 10-1. I am chasing here. So going all in. Let's go.
Sleeper.com/SGP. All right. We're going to get to our thoughts on the game and some future bets we like as well. And people listening live on the YouTube chat as well. If you got specific questions about the game, maybe specific bets, feel free to toss those in and we'll get to those.
Sean, you should also shout out the Facebook chat because I don't know what happened. It could just be bot traffic, but we have a tremendous amount of folks over in Facebook.
Oh yes.
Boomer City. What do you think it is? Swiping through those ads for some new hair. Well, seeing the Sports Gambling Podcast is talking sleeper picks.
Shout out to Jake in the YouTube chat. He's also all in on the Looney rebound lock. And then James S wanting to say thank you for Fight Line. And Ness came in second, but
well, Flight Line was the free money we were going to find on the street, and now I do have a single college education because I took out that home equity loan. And Nest was the slide into the DMs with the horses. The horse's background came in second, so that was nice for the exact.
And Mo Donegal, that was the horse's name that won, right? But
I feel like you may have pronounced
Mo Donegal, yes.
But yeah, Malcolm just fucking red.
Malcolm has been on a heater.
Well, first chase just nails the Preakness. His Freakness nailed the Preakness, and now Malcolm has just dominated Belmont. We're on a bit of a heater in the horse race.
Look out, bit of a heater. All right, speaking of heating up, summer is here, and Father's Day just around the corner. Perfect time to think about our friends Manscaped. Manscaped is here to ensure all the father figures out there are looking like daddy material this June. Oh man, when I think of stuff I want to give my dad, it's definitely the Lawnmower 4.0. Because if my dad is anything like myself, and genetically there's a good chance he is going to need to do some trimming down there. And my dad also likes savings. Again, promo code SGP, manscaped.com. Promo code SGP, 20% off and free shipping. Fire up that Lawnmower 4.0. Perfect. I mean, get your dad that Lawnmower 4.0. Help him trim his crops and get ready for summer. And really, I think any dad would enjoy the brand new Boxers 2.0. Again, super, super buttery, soft, and smooth. Manscaped.com, promo code SGP. And also, shout out Athletic Greens. I'm going to get my dad the Lawnmower 4.0 and some Athletic Greens because I am Sean Athletic Greens. I literally bleed green. I love AG1. Just put a scoop of that in 8 ounces of water, 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. Again, love it. I feel better every day. I have some. Great for traveling as well. Making it easy. Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you got to do is go to athleticgreens.com/SGP, athleticgreens.com/SGP to take ownership over your health. Pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Sean, you should let the people over at Athletic Greens know that you could bring them Tom Green if they're looking for Tom Green.
I gave my dad some when I was home recently. I gave him some travel packs. I'm like, Dad, you're gonna like this. And then now he's gonna be really excited when he unwraps that Lawnmower 4.0 and the horsepower that it has behind it. Manscaped, so good.
He's going to tell everyone about it. He will be a good marketing arm.
Well, and honestly, as listeners of the show, the only reason we keep Manscaped on as a sponsor is if you guys keep ordering. So you guys enjoy hearing the reads. Some of you have to actually get down on these lawnmower 4.0s and move some units here
Sean,
for the good folks at Manscaped.
I feel like just quick. I just thought of something funny we could do as a company. Require every podcast host to submit their Manscaped read for the funniest read. Read. I don't know what the prize is, but we'll workshop it. We got a sexy bot in the chat too.
Oh wow,
Malcolm is minus 1,000 for that.
He has been dominating.
What? I love being a dog.
Oh, the villain. Dog. All right, what are we talking?
We're talking game 5 right now over at Win Bet. Warriors laying 3.5 minus 108. Thank you, Win. Minus 170 on the money line. Celtics coming back plus 140. Total is shifted down here to 212.5. Lot to unpack. I mean, certainly it's scary to go against the Celtics here because of their, 7-0 when coming off a loss this postseason. I think the Warriors are certainly going to see their best effort, and they've been road dogs as well. 8-3 away from home. I guess coming back on the other side of that, the Warriors have gone 10-1 at home this postseason. Total point wise, they have actually outscored the Celtics by a point, 422 to 421. I think I got to go Golden State here, laying the 3.5. I think they're back at home. They're great at home. I think they've figured some stuff out. And to that point too, like I think it is a bit of an effort thing for them. And if they can bring a pretty high effort, they can get the rebounds, especially the offensive.
We keep saying the same thing. I do feel like we keep saying the same thing we are just. I'm becoming a little bit more self-aware since that comment about our like very persistent fate of the Celtics,
and it worked.
But our argument is great. Like, now that they've won a game, they figured it out. They're coming home. Boy, I want to agree with you, but I'm just
you're going Celtics, right?
No, I'm just saying.
The case.
I'm not making the case.
Fading the Celtics
the boogeyman behind that door, Sean. Is the fact that the Celtics keep bending us over when we're so certain the Warriors
that is
have
true.
Pressed the gas pedal.
When everyone's on the Warriors, that's when it seems like the Celtics show up, a la game 1. And everyone was on the Celtics though, I think in game 3, and everyone I think was on the Celtics game 4. So to your point, can you look up the money split? Because of
course
I would imagine Golden State is taking a heavy amount of the action. Munaf, what's jumping out at you in game 5?
But if you know the Warriors are playing on Monday night, there's one bet you should automatically be making. You see Warriors on the timeline playing Warriors third quarter.
Oh my God, that's been insane. Like, how do they not adjust this?
What are they
spread?
Do?
It's crazy.
You can't.
You really can't.
One of those things that you really, once you set your game spread, it's like your quarter spreads are already. And if you try to lean one way or the other, like an extra percentage, it's going to throw everything off. And so your quarter spreads are already kind of made. It's just like you just bite the bullet and take a L on it. And, a lot of people, the regular public isn't betting that. So it's really only the sharps that are coming in on that.
Really? I would think the public is all over this thing because it's gotten so much attention on social media and it just seems like a complete print fest. Like, what am I missing?
If Cousin Mush is in my DMs on Twitter telling me Warriors third quarter, then the public is on it.
Exactly. It's just crazy they haven't adjusted it. But yeah, I guess you can't really to your point, Terrell, like once you set the game line, you can't have some like crazy outlier.
Like you can't make the game 3.5 and then say, all right, well, they're -5 for the third quarter. Like, no.
I do believe just by making a game where Golden State was a dog, they were still favored by I think a half in the third quarter. Even that's kind of wild.
Yeah, you're right. That probably is already them factoring in the adjustment. All right, so Warriors third quarter, obviously great start. Co-sign that, Munaf. But what else as far as the game, the side, maybe even the total? What are you looking to get down on?
Yeah, Boston first half has been catching for me all series long so far. They've been coming out and playing well in the first quarter, first half, especially that second quarter. So if you want to play some more quarter bets, take Celtics second quarter. But I'm going to stick with Boston first half, and I think full game. I think this is going to be the game where we finally see a complete offensive effort from this Golden State Warriors team, meaning somebody outside of Steph, like those guys like Clay and Andrew Wiggins. They're going to put up at least 20 plus points, I think, in this game. I think we're going to see another Warriors blowout. So especially coming into that third quarter, like we talked about. So I like Boston first half, Warriors third quarter, Warriors full game, and then give me the team total over for the Warriors as well. I think, again, this is going to be a game where they're going to probably get to close to maybe 17, 18 3-point shots made. And they have guys off the bench, like, Terrell mentioned, Jordan Poole should have a big game as well for the Golden State Warriors. So those are the kind of 4 or 5 bets I'm looking at that have been really cashing throughout this NBA plus finals.
Now, you mentioned you like Boston first half. Win has the Celtics plus 1.5 for the first half, or money line plus 125. For me, I feel like the plus 125 is a lot better value than the plus 1.5 minus 110. Although we've seen these at least first quarter, first half spreads come down to a point or so. Where are you going, Munaf?
I would probably, if you could find a Boston Celtics first half money line and then Warriors full game, I think that you might be able to get a very juicy price on that. I'd probably have to look that up, maybe closer tomorrow when the props actually do drop and all of it. But I would probably go money line first half for Boston.
Can I get a Shakira real quick?
Yes.
This is the new breaking news, by the way. All right, I have the tribunal. Looking up the money splits. Sean, the Celtics are getting 75%.
Oh my God.
75% of the bets. Oh my God. And the Warriors are getting 75% of the dollars.
So sharps like us,
whales,
mega whales.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
I don't know. I feel like lately I trust the data I find on the internet more and more as more and more of these sites present sportsbook data. But I like talking about it when it makes sense for my bet.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. When it doesn't, I completely ignore it. I'm like, what do those losers know?
So that does seem good.
So or sometimes the public's got to win. Terrell, what is your handicap on this game? The side, the total. What are you getting down on?
Well, I understand why a lot of the people are betting the Celtics, and it's because, like you said, 7-0 after their loss. But the Warriors are 6-0 after a loss. Like they have the same thing. So I'm just really not looking forward into that. And it's the fact that they have this home court. When you think of the NBA Finals and you think of Game 5 in the NBA Finals, that is probably one of the biggest home court outside of Game 7. One of the biggest home court advantages in the finals because they think that it's over. When you're going into Game 5, you're like, all right, they're going to go on the road to win Game 6. We're not having another game here. We're not going to have another game here, people. This is our only chance. We got to make some noise. We got to get the other team disgruntled. We got to be super, super duper into the game. And I think that's going to actually kill the Celtics this go around. It's going to be really hard. They're not going to be on the rhythm offensively. The crowd is going to be into it defensively. As the Warriors get into the game and get turnovers, the crowd is going to put more and more pressure on the Celtics. And I just don't think that that's something that they'll be able to get out of. These teams are very evenly matched right now. They keep coming back with adjustment for adjustment. So I'll be interested to see what Ime Udoka does for the boards, but it's really no adjustments that the Warriors made in the rebounding aspect. They just decided to box out. And as soon as they decide to box out, they dominated. So, hey.
So you're on Golden State minus 3.5, right?
Yes. I'm going to put everything on Golden State.
you need to get another brief.
So the banker's calling you. He's like, I got a deal for you. You're saying no
deal.
You.
Keep it rolling.
I'm all in on the Warriors again.
And to Terrell's point where he's kind of talking about the crowd and them getting on the Celtics, we saw the Celtics even towards the end of Game 4. Again, not to upset Ryan, but when the Warriors ice things, the Celtics were trying to like chuck up a bunch of threes late, and when this Celtics team settles for threes, it usually doesn't end well. Game 1 was the outlier, right? Like we talked about it. Al Horford going 6 for 8. If you can get those under 3.5 field goals made, I think you still hammer those unders because that felt like certainly an outlier. And the shooting was all over the place. And the logic by Celtics backers were, hey, we got this win with Jayson Tatum not putting up any points. And then meanwhile, Tatum puts up points in Game 2 and they get their ass kicked because that crazy outlier role player shooting that they had in Game 1 didn't show up in Game 2. And I don't think it's going to show up in Game 5. We saw it struggle even in Game 4. So those, I mean, again, I'm already in on this plan of that I laid out of Celtics winning game 3 and then Warriors winning 3 in a row. So I haven't seen anything to shift me off that point, but I think the role player shooting on the road is a huge spot.
Yeah, it's been this whole series has been weird. So it's like all the arguments make sense until you're like, except for a couple of games ago when it happened completely different. Sorry, I got distracted while you were talking because Steph Curry somehow first bucket is a free throw in the game. Steph Curry free throw first bucket is 90-1 this game.
How
it's gone up from 70-1. What the fuck?
We need some people who do like some deep dive information.
We need some smart people to tell us not to do that.
The free throw, the first bucket of free throw, those odds seem too good not to be getting down on it. And a quick
Sean,
whistle.
We were ahead of the market with the first touchdown quarterback and tight end. I mean, everyone copied that this season.
Yes,
it printed.
That
as
was
you like to say, print fest.
That was
so maybe we're just ahead of market.
Back-to-back weeks in the playoffs, nailing first touchdown. Oh my God, football's around the corner. All right, we're gonna go around, give our locks, and then any sort of crazy long shot stuff we like, either in the game. Again, the future stuff we haven't hit on a ton. Again, if you like the Celtics. We gave it out Jaylen Brown at 9-1. I still think it's okay at 6-1, which is what he's at now. I would not be betting Tatum MVP.
I don't understand how they still have him so
close to me. I don't see it at all.
It's because it's the assist and it's the playmaking and getting everybody else involved and doing the things not scoring. But his percentages have been terrible. But he's had a couple of 20-point games, and honestly, that's enough nowadays. I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow, by the grace of God, won the finals. That if they gave it to him, and that's probably the reason they keep taking on money on Jaylen Brown, because they know at the end of the day it's going to Tatum.
Yeah.
And Curry's now more expensive than the Warriors, so you're better off betting the Warriors than Steph Curry now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, why would anyone bet Steph Curry MVP? Is it that they're holding out hope that somehow there's a game 7 where
he wins it
Celtics win and Golden State doesn't?
Tatum's so bad they give it to Steph Curry in a loss.
That would be hilarious.
Imagine you had a Jaylen Brown ticket and that happens.
Oh my God!
It's one thing to lose to Tatum; it's another to lose to a guy on the other team.
To the guy that lost, yeah. No.
All right. These locks brought to you by ipvanish.com/SGP. Head there to lock up your internet security, your browsing history, your passwords, whatever it is you're doing on the internet. You want it safe, you want it secure, and you got to go to ipvanish.com/SGP. 70% off their yearly plan. We use it here. Love it. Use it for God's eye. Great for hiding your location and doesn't slow you down. Unlimited devices. Perfect when you're traveling or on the road. ipvanish.com/SGP. Munaf, I'll let you kick things off. What is your lock, and then any sort of long shot stuff you like as well?
Yeah, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. Warriors third quarter, you should be able to get that at -1.5.
Cheat code.
I mean, just make it easy.
Are we allowing this lock, Terrell?
No, we're not. We're not. Pick something else.
All right.
Give me Warriors full game team total over 107.5.
There we go. That's better.
I think the threes are going to reign in this game. Curry, Clay, Poole, Wiggins. I think this is going to be the game where the offense is. You get a complete offensive game from the Golden State Warriors. So I'll lock that up. 107.5. Long shot. I mean, not much to like. I mean, I'm holding Steph Curry tickets. After every loss, you should have picked up Steph Curry tickets for MVP. I got one at +165 and one at 2-1. But there's not much else that I'm liking. I don't want to.
Yeah, don't force it.
I have plenty. If you don't force it.
Oh, here we go. So Golden State, they won game 4. How about I'm gonna tell Sean here. Golden State game 5 and Golden State game 6 at +320 right now.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh,
I like it.
Just did the math in my head. That's better price than you'd get mechanical.
Easy money. All right, Terrell, what is your lock? And then any sort of long shot stuff you like as well.
For my lock, It is super easy, super simple. Not going to think. Golden State -3.5.
Yes.
Wow.
Just go ahead, put that out there. That's very, very easy. Second of all, before I even get to that, I have to say what I was going to say the first place. Peer pressure 1, Munaf 0. There we go.
Peer pressure stays undefeated.
And then, all right, so let's see here. We said, what was that Kevon Looney double-double? Because I'm running that back.
All right,
Yeah, I was just gonna. If you can find that, that was gonna be my
wow, you guys
my long shot dog as well.
really stepping out there.
So we got
650 this time.
plus 435.
Oh, okay.
And
Ryan saw it at 650.
I'm seeing
so
650.
Put it in the win build
take
your
that.
bed. You can probably put together something sweet.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I would say Kevon Looney, and I would even sprinkle on Robert Williams. One of these guys got to have it because nobody else is rebounding for either team. So Robert Williams, I'm looking at on win at a 475, but it's probably, shop around.
Like it. All right. I'm gonna lock up Golden State -3.5. I'm gonna throw in a bonus lock of Draymond under points at 7.5.
Wow.
I mean, that's probably right up there with Warriors third quarter at this point. But just that as it's a prop alone, I also really like. And then closing it out with Kevon Looney double co-signing Terrell's there. Munaf, I felt like we didn't. If we did, I missed it. We didn't get your take on the total for the game, 212.5. Any leans either way on that?
The thing so far has been that if Boston are winning the games, both of their games have gone over the total. And if Golden State is winning, both of their games have gone under the total. But I think this might be the game where we see a team put up 120 plus, which I think is going to be the Golden State Warriors. I'm slightly leaning. I'm leaning towards the over in this game, just because again I think that is going to be the game that Golden State just comes out and just makes their shots, and Boston's good enough to put up 95, 97, close to 100 points. I think that should push it over the total.
Cool, 20-point win by Golden State. I love it.
Yeah, win for Mr. Altline.
Yeah, that could be a pretty sweet alt line bet. We'll see what Kramer does. He also was almost like going to pick the Celtics here. Kramer, what are you doing?
I was never going to pick the Celtics,
Oh, wow.
but I was saying the boogeyman is the.
You're a devil's advocating this over here.
Is the Celtics for my lock? Normally, I would come in here like Terrell and say, just give me Golden State -3. Let's be smart about this. But when you're the alt god, Sean,
yes,
it would be embarrassing. So we're gonna we're gonna pay homage to the game yesterday. We're gonna say Golden State -9 plus 185 is my lock.
Oh, okay.
My dog is gonna be Golden State -15.5 plus 420 because 420's been hot. And if you want to have some fun, you're gonna take Steph Curry. Free throw is the first scoring method or exact scoring method, 90-1.
Love it.
I just got to hit one of these.
Oh, dude, we'll be going nuts. And we'll actually be in Detroit, Michigan tomorrow. We're going there for a conference
concert.
Yeah, not really a concert.
Going for a JT concert.
Yeah, JT
hell
concert.
Yeah. Is he gonna be there? I'm there.
Check us out. We will be streaming.
Sean, I got one more I want to throw out there.
Sure.
Sorry to interrupt you. Win, bet, build your own. We saw last game. You guys talked about the Looney rebounds and Williams rebound. Both of them to get 10 plus to build your own beds at plus 650. I kind of like that.
Ooh,
Oh my God.
That is good.
I like that a lot as well. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. Sports Gambling Podcast.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Tomorrow, blackjack and basketball live stream starting at 7 p.m. Pacific. 10 o'clock on the East.
How long will the stream go?
I think we're setting it at an hour or until Kramer and I lose all our money.
You think we're going to last an hour at a blackjack table?
It's a virtual table. It's easy. I wonder if they have like a button on the virtual thing to say like, get up and
go
walk
smoke,
around.
go rip a heater.
Give someone your chips to hold on to you and tell them whatever you do, don't give me these chips back.
Can we talk to Jenny via remote satellite?
We need to get her as a dealer there. That would be awesome. And also, as always, your chance to win free gear every Monday, aka Merch Monday. We'll be announcing a new winner today, assuming you're listening to this as a podcast. Merch Monday, and you can enter just by clicking the contest tab in the SGPN app. Send in a screenshot of you submitting your review for a chance to win free gear every Monday. For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Can't wait to see you, Detroit.
Kramer, let it ride.